Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Everyday Faith, Day 6. Happy to be back with you guys. Thank you, Ricky, for kicking off the month as you have, as we dive into the journey and theme of stories, which I'm super excited about. I hope you all are as well. I was so pumped when we chose this as one of our journeys or our themes last year as we were picking these. This one, I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be impactful because I think we a lot of times don't give ourselves enough credit in our stories and the things we've gone through and the things that we've done. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. The passage comes from 1 Timothy 1:15, and this is Paul saying or writing here, and it says this: "This is a trustworthy saying, and everyone should accept it. Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners, and I am the worst of them all." At this point in his life, Paul had been a Christian for nearly 3 decades, yet he described himself as the worst of all sinners. Though this is how Paul viewed himself, it's highly unlikely that his friends and peers would have characterized Paul as the worst sinner. In fact, they likely would have called Paul the best Christian that they knew. After all, Paul was directly responsible for advancing the gospel of Jesus throughout modern day Europe. It just goes to show that we are often harder on ourselves than everyone else is. We tend to minimize what we've done well while exaggerating where we've come up short. Not only exaggerating, but continuing to allow it to linger and continue to let it bother us and let us bring us down and keep us from going after something else and continuing the story. When it comes to telling our stories, we are often our harshest critic. So take heart today. Show yourself more grace than you normally would. You may not be where you hope for, but I promise you, you're not who you used to be. I promise you, if you look back and you think, man, look back on the last year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and look where you once were. And maybe you're in a hole right now. Maybe it's a tough chapter for you. But I also think, even then, looking back and seeing what you've gotten through, what battles you've won, what heartache you've been able to get over, the holes you've dug yourself out of, whether it was financial, whether it was emotional, whatever that may be for you. And again, you may be in it right now, but I promise you, all these things that have happened in the past, all these things that you've been able to get through to get you where you are today are going to help you get out of wherever you are right this moment. But more often than not, I agree with this, we're our harshest critic. We fret on the bad, and we rarely give ourselves enough credit on the good. And I'm not saying be cocky, I'm not saying be arrogant, but I am saying give yourself some grace and share the good parts of your story too, because that's going to be as inspiring as the holes and all the other things you've gotten out of as well. Make sure the story has both sides, I guess I should say. Because again, we beat ourselves up, we don't give ourselves enough grace, and we spend too much time talking about the bad, man. And we've gone so far. And at least I know for me, I look back and think about the heartache and the things that troubled me in my past. And again, I definitely have not arrived, but I know that's all part of my story. And because of the things that I had to get through, because of the things that I had to climb out of, it's made my story better. It's all part of my story, the good and the bad. But I know in the past I beat myself up a lot for the bad times and the bad moments. When from the outside looking in, I'm doing all right. From the outside looking in, you're doing all right. So give yourself some credit, give yourself some grace today, and let's share our stories. Guys, be blessed. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.